Shalom. I want to begin a lesson off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Harakakodash. Double blessing and honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us His truth through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. Back here with another lesson through the spirit, man. Just going to be talking about this article real quick that came across my timeline earlier today. Meant to do this lesson earlier, but got caught up with some stuff. Lost track of time, but I'll go ahead and bring it to you all. Also, just wanted to say this real quick. Damn, I only got class tomorrow. That's tough. Salaki. So, damn. I seen something else though, right? Here it is right here. Another headline. U.S. could bomb Iran by weekend if Tehran refuses to meet demands, as well as China implement an 84% tariff back on the United States, and then the United States going from 104 to I think 125%. Right? They're just going back and forth, man, honestly. And then there was something else, I believe. Let me see. This is also judgment from the Lord. 151 deleted in Nigeria. Struggle with rapidly spreading outbreak, as well as those people who were killed in that building that collapsed, that roof that collapsed. I was in a Latin America country. I can't remember where at the top of my head. Oh yeah, Iran's president insists Tehran is not seeking a nuclear bomb and dangles U.S. business opportunities. Yeah, man. You know, the U.S. was trying to. Yeah, I was in the DR. Okay. The U.S. was trying to basically come to good terms with Iran, and that was because they ended the nuclear treaty, basically for them to not make nuclear bombs back in 2018 with Trump's first term in office, right? And they don't want Iran making bombs, man, and we know why, right? But I'm gonna go ahead and get into this. I talked about the trade war as well yesterday, but this is gonna be a little bit more so guided towards the division in this kingdom, man. The division through Esau, Edom. And I'm gonna talk a little bit about the wisdom departing from teaming, man, because honestly, the decisions this nigga Donald Trump is making is very comical. If you just see some of the videos I've seen of him talking, which most of these videos I'll see will be from brothers like brothers on Instagram that just post clips and whatnot. This nigga Donald Trump called all Yahweh Bashim Yoshai. This nigga Donald Trump talking about these countries are begging me to do a deal with them and all this other things. And it's just showing the pride of Edom, man. You know, and he's saying it in a joking manner and whatnot. And as the scriptures say, Obadiah 1:3, who shall bring me down, right? They have that spirit of pride that it encompassed them, right? They were their pride. So let's get this, man. I read this morning and I just genuinely was happy when I seen it. It says EU approves first retaliatory tariffs on U.S. imports because ultimately that is, right, that's just proven prophecy to be true, man. So, if you all are unaware, with the 7 heads and the 10 horns, right, of the beast, the 7 heads is NATO, the 10 horns is the EU, right? So we can get it from verse 14. This is Revelation 17 and verse 14. These shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb being Yahushua, and the Lamb shall overcome them. For he is Lord of lords and King of kings, and they that are with him are called and chosen and faithful. That's talking about the elect, man. The 144,000, Lord willing, we be of that number, Baba Kusha, Baba Kusha, Baba Kusha, as well as the 1/3, which really the 144,000 are going to be those ones who are going to be truly fighting alongside of Yahushua, right? They're going to get those powers. The 1/3, I'm not sure how that's going to work out for them. But they also are going to receive salvation, right? Unlike the 2/3. And he said, and there also there's other scriptures that speak on Yahushua's title as being Lord of Lords and King of Kings and whatnot. And he saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth. So the whore is talking about Babylon the Great, right? The whore sits upon the beast, man. The beast system, which is the revived Roman Empire. That's what the beast symbolizes. Where the whore sitteth are people and multitudes and nations and tongues. Basically symbolizing that America rules over the nations, Esau, Edom. Because this is their kingdom right now. And the 10 horns, like I said, the 7 heads is NATO, the 10 horns is the EU. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, right? So the 10 horns, the EU is going to hate the whore, which is Babylon the Great, America, and shall make her desolate and naked. And there's also other scriptures that talk about that, man. America's going to be a desolation. It's only going to be, nothing's going to inhabit it anymore, right? It's going to be walking around with creeping things, but no humans are going to be there. It's just going to be a desert, right? That's going to come from the nuclear destruction, the lake of fire and brimstone. And shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire, man, like I just said. So that's why I said this is filling prophecy, right? The EU is coming against the whore. They're tired of its antics, right? They're tired of the things, the bullshit they've been doing for years, man. It says EU approves first retaliatory tariffs on U.S. imports. And this isn't the first division we've seen from EU, the European Union, or even NATO, right? When Donald Trump came into office, his administration had talks of trying to leave NATO, right? These European countries, they've had some run-ins with America and Donald Trump, right? For instance, I always like to use Greenland, okay? I believe it was the French who said, if America tries to take Greenland, it's going to be problems, right? They're willing to defend Greenland against America, okay? So it says EU member states on Wednesday approved initial retaliatory tariffs of 10% to 25% on U.S. imports, what the European Commission says will be implemented next week. This includes special levies on items such as jeans and motorcycles from the United States, while U.S.-made whiskey and other alcoholic beverages were removed from the Commission's proposed list. Further counter tariffs are due to be imposed in mid-May and at the end of the year, affecting products including beef, poultry, and citrus fruits such as oranges or grapefruit. Additional tariffs on nuts and soybeans are planned for early December, right? So these things that are going on, man, in the world, right? We could be looking at a completely different society in a few months, in a matter of months or weeks, with all of this stuff that's coming. It's just coming. It's going back to back to back to back, man, right? And eventually, we're going to see something that's going to come from it. There's going to be some type of change, okay? Further counter tariffs are due to be imposed in mid-May and at the end of the year, affecting products, including beef, poultry, and citrus fruits, such as oranges or grapefruit. Additional tariffs on nuts and soybeans are planned for early December, right? So what could that lead to? Let's just give a scenario, right? That could lead to this prophecy, right? Right. So now it doesn't seem like it's a big deal. Okay, these tariffs are coming. With some people see that it's a problem, right? It's affecting the stock market, stuff like that. He's affecting jobs. He's basically sabotaging the economy, right? He's cutting all of these government programs. He's 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 firing thousands of people at the same time removing thousands of immigrants, which you would think will open up jobs, but at the same time he's shutting off a lot of jobs, right? A lot of businesses are filing for bankruptcy as well and are just closing. Which we've seen that throughout the past 5 years that a lot of these companies have been closing their doors, right? A lot of these companies have been shutting down. You see fewer and fewer stores, which those stores are going to be prepared for what could be prepared for holding places, FEMA camps, right? Where it speaks of in, is that Revelation 2 and 10? Revelation 3 and 10. I always get that mixed up. Come on. Revelation 2 and 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer before. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison. And all devil means is deceiver, man, right? False accuser. Prone to slander, slanderous, accusing falsely, culminate, a culmin, so like a calumniator, false accuser, slanderer, metaphorically applied to a man who, by opposing the cause of the Most High Power, may be said to act the part of the devil or to side with him, right? So, the devil would be Esau, Edom. Shall cast some of you into prison, and those prisons being FEMA camps, man. We've seen lots of these different states or whatnot building mass prisons now, okay? Putting lots of money into mass prisons, holding cells, okay? And I know that they're going to use some of these older buildings and whatnot that they're closing, right? I've seen a lot of CVS's closed recently and whatnot, especially back home. They could use those as the FEMA camps, right? Because we know that they have them all over the United States. These FEMA camps, they're ready to go. It says, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, but ye shall have tribulation 10 days. So it could either be 10, it could be more than 10, it could be less than 10. You never know. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life, right? So you got to keep your faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua and ultimately be willing to lose your life to gain it for his sake, okay? You can't be afraid of death, man. Death is just ultimately you going to sleep, man. Your body's going to return to the dust, to the dirt. It's going to return to the earth, turn to dust. But ultimately, your spirit is going back to the spiritual realm to be with the Heavenly Father, man. And ultimately, that would be better than you'll be in a better case to go that way than to be here when we go into Jacob's trouble and shit hitting the fan and all hell breaking loose, right? Because some brothers will be martyrs. The death of the body, that separation, whether natural or violent, of the soul and the body by which life on earth is ended, with the implied idea of future misery in hell, which hell is not a place. It's just it's a What's the right word I'm looking for? Salaki. It's a condition or a state of mind. It says neither. You could say that it's hell on earth right now. We're going through hellish type conditions, man. With us being in captivity, with the implied idea of future misery and hell, the power of death, since the netherworld, the abode of dead, was conceived as being very dark. All right, the loss of that life, which alone is worthy of the name. I'm not gonna go deep into it because I'm kind of going off topic now, but you all get the point. He that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit said unto the churches. He that overcometh shall not be hurt of the second death. And that's what's going to ultimately destroy this place, man. So these nations, Donald Trump, and I'm about to tie it in together, right? Donald Trump is creating all of these enemies, not knowing that through this, he's fulfilling prophecy. Him, as well as Benjamin Milikowski, have been what? They've been warring with all of these Arab nations. So these Arab nations, eventually they're going to continue to start joining in together and form an alliance, right, with each other. What prophecy is that fulfilling? That's fulfilling 2 Ezra 15 and 30, 15 and 29. He's starting to war with these other countries as well, right? We're in a war with Russia back in Ukraine, right? I would bring the countries from the north against her, man. And that's I can't remember exactly where that one is, but it's in the scriptures. Let's see. Or even when it talks about Gog and Magog, man. Jeremiah 50 and 9. And it being a mighty expert, man, is talking about the pinpoint accuracy that those arrows being missiles are gonna have, man, right? Which is gonna lead to the destruction of this place. These countries are gonna rise up against her, man, ultimately. They're all gonna join in battle against her. Right? And it speaks on that in Jeremiah 49. 49 and 14, I've heard a rumor from Yahweh and the ambassadors sent unto the heathen, saying, gather ye together and come against her and rise up to the battle. For Lord will make thee small among the heathen and despised among men. Right? So that's what's happening right now. Babylon the Great, America, is becoming despised among men. Now, going back to my point, Salaki, what could these price and these tariffs end up? What could the effects of that be, right? What could that lead to? Is what I'm asking. Okay, what prophecy? This is 2 Ezra 6 and 22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall be suddenly found empty, right? So there's gonna come a point where the food's gonna get so damn high, people aren't gonna be able to afford it. They're not gonna be able to bring, or they're gonna start taking those things off the shelves, and they ain't gonna be restocking them. They just not gonna be there. And the houses are gonna be found empty. On top of that, though, it's gonna come a point where food's gonna get so damn cheap. It's gonna come a point where Food's gonna be so expensive that the stores are gonna fall empty because nobody can buy things, and they're gonna stop importing the goods. Then, on the other hand, food's gonna become so cheap, and people are gonna be so worried and in a panic, they're gonna buy everything off the shelf. So it's a lose-lose situation. However you want to put it. And what would that lead to, right? Second Ezra 15:5. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the whole world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction, right? All of those things are gonna end up hitting Babylon the Great, man, right? For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. So going back to this article, the tariffs approved on Wednesday are in response to the U.S. tariffs on steel and aluminum imports imposed about a month ago. According to EU calculations, the U.S. measures affect exports worth 26 billion. Uh, that's not pounds, is it? They use pounds, right? That's pounds. I'm about to say that's euro. I thought that was a euro because a pound is okay. Kind of $28 billion. I wonder what the euro to dollar. €1 equals $1.10. Yeah, man. The dollar is has been losing its value, man. A euro holds more weight than a dollar. The measures being imposed by Brussels target goods worth approximately 21 billion euros, according to EU sources. The EU has stressed its presence for negotiations rather than escalating the trade dispute. But guess what? That's not gonna happen, man. It's not gonna happen. They're gonna seek peace. They're seeking resolution to resolve these problems, but ultimately it's prophecy, man. No matter how you do it, no matter how you try and get out of it. Work is still underway on a further package of measures in response to the tariffs on cars and almost all other EU exports to the U.S., more recently announced by President Donald Trump. Trump's tariff policy aims to correct alleged trade imbalances and shift production to the United States while partially offsetting tax cuts promised during his election campaign. Right? So let me get this real quick. You're seeing all this division, all this strife, man, because we're in the latter days. We're at the end, man. We are truly at the end, right? And we've been in the end time since Yahweh Shai was last on earth, and that was over 2,000 years ago. It started escalating when Elder Albert Bivens had a revelation. Okay. So since the 70s, right? And even then before that, like I say, man, America has been on the decline since about the 50s to the 60s. Just in society in general. So those who want to listen or pay attention, by all means, continue to get edified, man, and hop on, confess your true names, repent. But those who don't want to listen, man, that's on you. It's just not, I guess it's not meant for you to see. The Lord has spiritually blinded you. So this is division as well, right? In the fourth kingdom, this is Daniel 2:40. In the fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron, for as much as iron breaketh in pieces and subdueth all things, and as iron that breaketh all these, shall it break in pieces and bruise. And whereas thou sawest the feet and toes, part of potter's clay and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided. So that's talking about this kingdom right here, man. Babylon the Great, America. Esau Edom is divided against itself, man. As it reads, I shall make thy tongue fall upon its own self. Their own people are exposing each other. They have no unity at all. As their slogan goes, united we stand, divided we fall. God damn it. But there shall be in it of the strength of the iron, for as much as thou sawest the iron mixed with merry clay. So this is the revived Roman Empire. So they got a little bit, some of the traits still left. You see the signs of Rome here, whatnot. Still today, right? And they're building their architecture, the things they do, right? They get that shit from their forefathers, the Greeks and the Romans, which really they weren't Greeks, right? That's Japheth. And as the toes of the feet were part of iron and part of clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken, right? So this kingdom, part of it is strong and part of it is just soft, man, right? Just completely broken. And whereas thou sawest iron mixed with merry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men, right? Nepotism, right? Keeping things in a royal bloodline. But they shall not cleave one to another, even as iron is not mixed with clay. Oh yeah, I said I was gonna go into the wisdom teaming Edom, leaving Edom, man. These decisions, these elected officials have made concerning Edom. This is 49:7, Jeremiah 49:7. Concerning Edom, thus saith the Yahweh of hosts, is wisdom no more in teeming? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished? Right? And those are the things we asking, man. Okay? We see that their wisdom has been leaving them based on the decisions that their elected officials have been making, right? You look and see, why did this nigga make this decision? Oh, this Lord had the spirit on him to do that, right? As it reads in Daniel, the book of Daniel, man, I believe it's verse 5, where Daniel was talking to Belshazzar about his father, Nebuchadnezzar. This nigga seen all the things that his father did and what he did wrong. And you just finna go right behind him and do the same shit. Right? Father completely started losing himself, and the Lord literally had this man outside eating grass like a fucking cow, man. And that shit is scary, dude. You should fear a power like that, right? It's like the other that he said, does anyone know when the winning starts? And look at that, man. 144, call all your Bashim Yahshua. Like the other parts of the heart, man, it says, man, it's like every day you see something, you see breaking news events type stuff. You see things in the news that is breaking news, man. Breaking news. But yeah, we are truly in the latter days, man. The end times. We're at the end of the end. So, guess I'm gonna go ahead and end it off there, man. I really don't have too much more to say. Lord willing, we be up out of here soon, man. We see shit go down this year, man. Lord willing. Lord willing, this is the year of Jacob's trouble, because we definitely need salvation from these people, man. We need to be saved. And man, just gotta keep pushing through, man. Be strong, man. This ain't the time to quit now. This ain't the time to let your faith be diminished or nothing like that. All right, you just gotta keep on praying. Ask y'all about some for strength to get you through these days that we in, cause hey, this ain't for the weak, man. This is not for the weak at all. Just gotta stay strong. So that's all I got. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying to those out there listening and watching. Call Allah Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai Ba'ashim Harakak. Double blessing and honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone once again who taught us this truth through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. And until next time, I say Shalom Israel. Shalom.